All right, the time is 9 a.m. and I'm calling this meeting to order. Good morning, I'm Mark Michelini with Planning and Environmental Review. I'll be serving as today's hearing officer. Rochelle Relenka will be serving as a ZA secretary and timekeeper. This is the Sacramento County Zoning Administrator hearing for February 2nd, 2022, and this hearing is being recorded. I will now read the announcement. In compliance with the directives of the county, state, and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, this meeting is live streamed and closed to the public. Temporary procedures are subject to change pursuant to guidelines related to social distancing and minimizing person-to-person contact. To make a verbal comment at today's meeting, dial 916-875-2500 and follow the prompts to be placed in the queue for a specific agenda item or off-agenda matter. When I open the public comment for a specific agenda item or off-agenda matter, you'll be transferred from the queue into the meeting to make a verbal comment. Written comments are always accepted. Send your email comment to boardclerk@saccounty.net. Your comment will be routed to the board and filed in the record. The decision made here may be appealed within 10 days to the Board of Zoning Appeals, and the fee is $3,935. Clerk can now administer the oath.
Please raise your right hand, and the appropriate response is I do. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give this committee is the truth, so help you God? If you do not swear, do you so affirm? This is for the applicant.
Oh, yeah, I affirm.
Thank you.
Okay, you can call the first item.
Item 1 is to approve the action summary from January 19, 2022.
All right, and I hereby approve the action summary from January 19th, 2022. Now for the second item.
Item 2 is PLMP 2020-00133 Badger Valley ADU. It's located at 11517 Badger Valley Road in the Cosumnes community. The request is for a special development permit, and the environmental document is initial study and mitigated negative declaration.
Okay.
Thank you,
Ready for
Rochelle.
the presentation?
Okay. You can go to the next slide, please, Rochelle. Thank you. So Rochelle just explained the location, but it is about 1,000 feet west of the Badger Valley Badger Creek Lane intersection. And here is an aerial view of the area with the subject parcel highlighted. And the parcel is about 4.9 acres, and it's currently developed with a single family dwelling, a barn, and 2 sheds. Next slide, please. The zoning is A5 for the interim agricultural, and a northern portion of the parcel is zoned F for flood combining zone. And the surrounding land uses are residential, so both single family residential and 2-family residential, and then vacant to the west. Next slide, please. So County Parcel Viewer lists 1999 as the year of construction for the house currently on the parcel, and there are no prior planning entitlements or code enforcement cases associated with the parcel. Next slide, please. And this request is for a special development to allow an ADU with a habitable size of 1,159 square feet, and that exceeds the 1,000 square feet maximum habitable size for an ADU with more than 1 bedroom. Next slide, please. So here is the site plan. The subject parcel is over to the left, and the proposed ADU is in the upper right-hand corner of that parcel. And so it's towards the rear of the lot, and a gravel driveway is proposed along the west side of the parcel and then extending over to the ADU. That will be a new driveway connecting to Badger Valley Road. and then also a new septic system is proposed. Next slide, please. So this is the floor plan. So it does have 2 bedrooms, allowing it to go up to 1,200 square feet with the special development permit approval. Next slide, please. The overall height is 15 feet 6 inches. Here are 2 of the elevations. Next slide, please. And here's the remaining 2. Please. Next slide, please. Thank you. And then, so the environmental document, as was mentioned, is an initial study and mitigated negative declaration, and that was released for public review on December 28th, 2022, or 2021, sorry, that's the typo. And the impacts discussed in it are cultural resources, greenhouse gas emissions, and an MMRP was prepared, and the initial study and mitigated negative declaration found that the project would result in less than significant impacts with the implementation of the mitigation measures in the MMRP. Next slide, please. So the Cosumnes CPAC met on September 22nd, 2021, and they recommended the zoning administrator approve the requested entitlement. Next slide, please. This project, as proposed, complies with all applicable development standards except for the maximum size for which they're requesting the special development permit. As conditioned, it's consistent with the general plan. The required findings for a special development permit can be made. The project is compatible with the surrounding zoning and land uses, and it would result in less than significant impact with the implementation of the identified mitigation measures that are in the MMRP. Next slide, please. So staff recommends approval of the project and to determine that the initial study mitigated negative declaration prepared pursuant to the California Environmental Quality Act is adequate and complete. Recommends adopting the mitigation monitoring and reporting program, and we recommend approving the special development permit subject to the findings and conditions provided in attachment 2 to the staff report. Next slide, please. So that concludes my presentation, and I can answer questions, and some members of the applicant team are also on the line to answer questions. Thank you.
Okay, this is Mark. Thanks for the presentation. I don't have any questions right now. It's pretty straightforward. Let me check with the clerk's office if we have any public comments at this time.
We currently do not have any public comments at the moment.
Okay, and then this is to the applicant. Have you read and are comfortable with the conditions of approval? And do you have anything to add?
Yes, sir. And no, nothing to add.
Okay. Well, thanks. So yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and close the public comment. And so I've read the staff report, and this project is consistent with the general plan, the community plan, zoning code with the special development permit. The CPAC and the DRAC both approved the project. The initial study is adequate, and is that adequate? I wanted to adopt the MMRPs, and the findings are adequate. So I hereby approve the special development permit. And there is the 10-day appeal period. After that elapses, we'll send out the notice. So that is it for item 2.
Okay.
We can go on to item 3, which is a staff update if we have any.
Hey, Mark, it's Jessica Brandt, and there is no staff update for you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And then the next item is zoning officer comments, and I don't have any at this time as well. And then next item is public comments if we have any.
We currently do not have any public comments at the moment.
Okay, then I was going to give the deadline to file appeal for the project heard today is Monday, February 14th, 2022 by 5 p.m. The next zoning administrator hearing is February 16th, 2022. And That concludes today's hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.